I don't know anything, so I'm not asking any question.
Hi, everybody. I'm Deacon Dave,
I'm like Chris and Lisa.
and this is Diamond Debbie. Welcome
Hi,
to
now
Diamonds.
Diamonds. Debbie.
Diamonds Debbie. Welcome to the Deacon Dave and
Layperson
Lisa
Lisa
show
show.
with our special guest Diamonds Debbie. So we are at the Church of Emmaus, right? We're kind of reflecting on the reading on the walk to Emmaus, right? This is after Jesus' resurrection. There are two people that are walking down the road
Away from
Jerusalem.
Because
And
they're feeling like down that,
Right.
well, they thought Jesus was the Messiah. And...
right, but they've heard about the resurrection.
Oh, they have?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But
I wasn't aware of that.
and I was just asking Monsignor about this before we went into the church, and he said it was probably because of their lack of faith that they did not recognize Jesus, although their hearts were burning as he was kind of recounting the scriptures as they were walking along, and then their eyes were opened at the breaking of the bread, which is very Eucharistic, right? Mm-hmm. And so often we might go to Mass and our eyes, even after receiving the Lord, are still not open because of that lack of faith and our disposition, right? And so it's really important that our disposition be one of there goes our guide Maher, that our disposition be, and there's a dog walking by, the friendly dog here.
The guard dog.
Yes, he's not much of a guard dog, but that's okay.
He barked.
But if our disposition is not such that we are really open and willing to receive the Lord and all the things He has for us, then the power of the Eucharist is diminished because of our own free will, our own lack of belief and faith. And so, I mean, I think it's okay, y'all, when sometimes we're not just going to be at our best when we go to Mass.
Sure.
Yet we remain faithful and we go to Mass even if we are maybe not engaged.
Or we're distracted with something else.
Right. So
But that's probably the best place to be.
That's what I was just going to say. Maybe that's where we need to be, and we need to focus on not the distraction, but inviting Jesus into our distraction.
Very good. I like to play with the camera when people are talking.
Yes, I see that.
But yeah, so remaining faithful is important, but of course you don't want to consistently be remaining faithful yet not have an open disposition. So raise your hand, Debbie, to show. Here's Debbie's
Oh, well, did you already talk
tattoo.
about it?
Yes, we had. There's Debbie's tattoos. Faith and the Jerusalem cross. And whoa, is this moving?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, and then we saw Lisa and I did a podcast from Razoo.
Without me?
Without you, we snuck it in while you were still bleeding.
Don't say that.
And getting everything taken care of. But we all seem to be doing well. And Lisa, of course, got the biggest tattoo
Yes.
out of all of us, and it is
The
very
bravest.
nice. Yes.
She even got to recline while she was getting her.
Yes,
Yes,
and we
I
won't
got to
say
recline.
why she was
I
reclining.
think we might have talked about that yesterday. I don't remember.
Yes, they were serving her grapes and water,
Water,
and other
yes.
things like that.
Yes, yes.
And so,
But Lisa and I did get the opportunity to have the main guy, the owner, and the father actually work on our tattoos.
Yes.
So that was really made me feel comfortable
Yes, me too.
and at ease that he knew what he was doing.
Yes, we had the guy.
I got the nephew.
Or the cousin.
Oh well. No, it was a nephew. Yes,
nice.
He
Still
said
in
that
the
was
family.
his uncle. Right, but back to the road to Emmaus. So
Yes.
what stands out to y'all about that particular scripture reading, and just being in this really beautiful little gardens here? This is a 13th century church, so it's from the 1200s. They had frescoes that are almost completely gone. There's Mahar, who's interrupting our podcast. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
It's okay.
Say hello to the U.S.
Hello to the U.S. Yes. Now our ratings are going to go way up because Mahar was on our podcast, and here comes Mary Flynn as well, who can't hear me, but she's waiting. That's good. So, what are y'all's thoughts on this particular scripture in this place?
I guess my first thought is that it just goes to show you that those without faith did not recognize Jesus walking right beside them.
Yeah.
And, that really makes you stop and think.
Yeah.
Would I recognize Jesus if he walked beside me?
That's very interesting. I think it's a question we need to get up and ask ourselves each and every day. Am I ready to really see what Jesus has for me? The encounters I'm going to have in other people, and also am I going to be an encounter of Jesus for someone else? Because we're all members of his body, and so we're called to do that. Great point, Debbie. What about you, Lisa?
Well, two things. Just it kind of strikes me when Jesus broke the bread. That's like when the people's hearts were broken open, and we're called to have open hearts and open minds so that we can see Jesus, so we can recognize him more easily. And the second thing is that when we receive him in the Eucharist, we kind of touched on this earlier, but to really just be in awe of who we're about to receive and just the power that comes from receiving Jesus in the Eucharist.
Yeah, I just saw Sheila Fallon, who's going to the restroom over there.
Oh,
You
dang!
just missed her, believe it or not, to the restroom area behind the gardens. And Sheila is one of those people who recognizes God in everything.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah, so I have a bag that has MU on it, which is for Methodist University.
Okay.
But she looked at it, and that's her sister's initials.
Oh, cool.
So she thought about it as another way that Jesus was reminding her
To pray for her sister.
to pray for her sister. And Sheila, throughout this whole 10 days, has been coming up to me and telling me about all of these little encounters
Yes.
she's been having, where she has seen and encountered Jesus in the simplicity of life. And I think it's really very true, right? A lot of times we think, oh, well, that's just coincidence, or that's not God. But
God
God
instances.
yeah, God is using all of those things to speak to us. And if our eyes are open that way, then that's exactly how it's going to be received. Or we can go through the day not seeing anything at all except just stuff. So God wishes to encounter us in these beautiful ways. What look at this, let's see the garden here, y'all. There's the church. And there's an underground area there. See over there the flowers, everybody?
Yeah.
Lisa's hat.
Very pretty. Such a beautiful day.
It is. Well, we've had great weather the whole time we've been here. And so we're going to spend some time here relaxing. Any other thoughts from you ladies?
No.
All right, I'm Deacon Dave.
My person Lisa.
And Diamonds Debbie.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.